Welcome to the InsiderBnb podcast. This is our very first episode. My name is Mark Gavigan, and today we're interviewing the founder of InsiderBnb, Mark Gavigan. Thank you, Mark. It's great to be with you. Let's get to it. What is InsiderBnb? InsiderBnb is a free service for travelers to find verified direct booking info to avoid service fees and commissions. No sign up, no login, and no BS. Let's say you're on Airbnb and you're going to rent a house for a vacation for a week. And maybe it's $4,000. Well, of that, about $600 is the fee or commission that's being paid to Airbnb if you book through them. Or copy the web page address for that particular property, paste it into InsiderBnb, and if we have verified that property manager and that property, we'll output the website and contact info so that you can book directly and avoid paying that fee. What do you mean by verified? Why is that important? By verified, I mean that we have checked the legitimacy of a property owner and a listing to make sure they aren't fraudulent. It would be very easy for a scammer to create a fake website and copy all the photos and text from VRBO or Airbnb or Booking.com and create a website that looks like it's the real thing, like it belongs to the owner or property manager. And then they collect payment and just disappear. So what InsiderBnb does is very important. And our verification has 4 steps. We verify the individual registering the property. We use Stripe identity, and Stripe is typically known as a payment company. Then we do require payment for every single property that gets registered. It's a small fee, but requiring payment means we get to piggyback on all the security of the banking system and credit cards. And scammers don't want to spend money. They want to collect money. So by requiring payment, a lot of scammers just move on. Then we use documentation. We'll require a property tax bill or utility bill or insurance policy. And then we'll look to verify those with the organizations that issued those, and we might use a third-party service to help us do that. And then the last phase is verifying the platform is actually controlled by the person registering. So by that, I mean the Airbnb listing is actually controlled by the person who's registering the property. And we have a couple ways of doing that. So with those 4 things, we are not perfect, but we are very, very good. Let's talk pricing. How much does it cost? Well, we have 2 options. There's a basic plan, and this is for people who do not want to have another monthly subscription where they're paying money every single month. And I understand that. There's a upfront $29 fee to get your property verified, and that's per property. But then $0 a month every month thereafter. Now we might have a re-verification fee after 3 or 5 years, I don't know, but it will be nominal and it will just cover the cost of verifying the property again. So with that basic plan, if somebody arrives at your property listing on InsiderBnb, all the information will display, but we will also display ads from competing properties. So there's a little risk that you're not paying anything every month, but just before somebody books, they might see a competing property and go and book with that one. It's a way to support the site and allow people who don't want to have any monthly payment whatsoever to still participate in the system, and they'll get a lot of direct bookings even with those ads, we think. The second is a premium plan where someone pays $10 a month or $95 a year, and there are no competing ads on their property listing page whatsoever. So 2 plans. $0 a month, but with an upfront $29 verification fee, or $10 a month, or $95 a year, and you have no competing ads whatsoever. Are you afraid of being sued by Airbnb or VRBO? No, I don't think so. First of all, we don't steal or scrape or copy anything from Airbnb or VRBO or Booking.com. They've worked hard to build the content on their websites, and we respect that. Our customers do use the web page address or URLs from those websites, but the US Patent and Trademark Office has specified in something called Chapter 1007 that web page addresses are not eligible for copyright protection. They're explicit about that. They see them as basic facts like a mailing address or a phone number, but on the internet. And lastly, I think Brian Chesky and Ariane Gorin and others are busy building their wildly successful businesses. So no, I do not think we're going to get sued. What's the story? Where did the idea come from? I was looking to book a vacation rental for my family in Maine on Mount Desert Island. And we had a strict budget. We've got 2 kids in college. And we found the perfect place. Walking distance to restaurants on the water, good kitchen that we could cook in. And we were just about to book it. And then I clicked check out, and the commission added so much expense that it blew through our budget. And I thought, well, this is such a small area. I could make out the name of what I thought the booking was, the place was. And I thought, well, how many of those can there be in this little town in Maine? So I searched for it and found they have a direct booking website, and I was scared that I was going to be ripped off, but I did everything I could think of to verify that they are, in fact, the legitimate owners of this vacation rental. And we booked it, and I saved hundreds of dollars, and everything went perfectly. And that's the idea. Mark, before we got started, you told me about a chicken and egg problem. Tell me about that. So that relates to the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And the argument is, well, you need to have a chicken in order to generate an egg, but you need to have an egg to create a chicken, and on and on and on. And for our business, we need to have a property listing in order to attract a guest or a traveler. But in order to attract guests or travelers, we need to have property listings, and on and on and on. So that's the chicken and egg problem we're facing. And our hope is that property managers and owners will see that a robust direct booking system that removes these onerous commissions from a vacationer's expenses is better for everybody. Is InsiderBnB a property management system or PMS? No, we absolutely are not a property management system, and we do not aspire to be. Does InsiderBnB actually collect the rent or sales or lodging tax? No, we do not handle the money. We don't collect taxes. We don't collect any of that stuff. This is a direct booking relationship between the owner or manager and the guest. Well, I am bored out of my mind and I can't think of anything else, so let's wrap up. It's just so mean. Okay. I had no idea he'd be so sensitive. I was so excited to be here. It's your very first episode. I'm your very first guest, and you're right. I'm sorry. Mark, do you have any final words for us? InsiderBnB is new. It's hard to get going. But if we're ever going to have a robust direct booking system where the VRBOs and Airbnbs and Booking.coms of the world are not extracting 15 to 25% of all your vacation dollars as a commission, we need property owners and managers to verify their properties with us and get listed. That chicken and egg problem, we need to start somewhere. Let's start with any property manager or owner who's listening to this podcast. Get verified for $29 and never pay anything again, but let's get started. And thanks to Mark Gavigan and to you for being here for the very first episode of the InsiderBnb podcast.